gaining some enlightenment that we will ever do in an organized, mass way. Do you have that vision?
You mean that someday it will be legal?
Legal and encouraged, mass statement.
Well, obviously it would take a total revolution. The current thinking is that the big revolutions in the world have to do with the internal contradictions of Marxist-Leninism. But it may actually be that Marxist-Leninism was a kind of partner in a codependent relationship with consumer capitalism. And maybe revolution is just going to become something that everybody is into. God knows, we could use a perestroika. I mean, we too are ruled by constipated, lying bureaucrats who, what are the statistics that 97% of all incumbents are reelected, that there is less turnover in the United States Congress than there was in the higher echelons of the Communist Party of East Germany until the wall came down. I mean, we love to congratulate ourselves on the forward-leaning liberal society that we live in, and the truth is, it's a bunch of rattlesnake-handling fundamentalists that are much closer to Stalin than they are to FDR or anybody else like that. Still, I think that the culture crisis is going to become so intense and the world is going to become so weird, as we saw on the graph last night. Novelty is going to intensify and intensify and intensify. And even last year, when Eastern Europe was falling to pieces, very straight people were saying, gee, it seems as though history itself is accelerating. Well, then there was a lull, so that talk was dropped. But I think history is accelerating, and the next time it accelerates, the talk that this is happening will come around again much louder. And pretty soon, by the turn of the century, I think it's going to be hard to hide from anybody who's paying attention the fact that the entire social evolution of the planet seems to be caught in some kind of evolutionary meltdown that is imminent, And in that environment, psilocybin has a chance. The whole drug thing, leave alone psychedelics, the whole drug thing is properly understood as a civil rights issue. I mean, people should be able to take whatever drugs they damn well please, in the same way that they should be able to express their sexual preferences, in the same way that women should be allowed to vote. People of low incidence of light reflectivity should be treated like everybody else, and all these things which are perfectly obvious. You cannot have a free society and regulate people's drug use. Any society which sets out to call itself free and democratic with the footnote that certain states of mind are forbidden is headed down the slippery slopes of totalitarianism. There ain't no way it can be avoided. So aside from our belief as a group in the wonderful healing and teaching potential of psychedelics, even if psychedelic drugs didn't exist, I would favor the legalization of all drugs, because I just think that you cannot treat people as though they were infantile. That's called paternalism. That's the old dominator game. We have to just admit, that we're all in this together and that nobody has cornered the market on the truth.